Hi Aries, this is your reading for March 2022. For those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. If you've been here from the beginning of time, I appreciate all of your continuous love and support, okay? So before I begin with your reading, I just want to let you guys know that there are a few new cases available in the Keys to Akasha section of my channel, and also one new one for Diamond Eye, which is missing and endangered children. Okay, if you do have questions, comments, and or concerns about any of those cases, you can always comment below the videos. If you do have inquiries about cases that you would like to see me cover on my channel, you can comment below the most recent community post that's available. Okay, it makes it easier for me to see, because sometimes, I don't know, some comments disappear and then I can't find the one that I was responding to specifically. Okay, but let's see what energies are coming through for you for the month of March, and if there's anything new that you should see. A lot you may already be aware of, but it's always good to have the detail. I'll try not to make it too long. Okay, all right. Let's see. I'm getting this interesting vibe of looking for someone, and looking for someone could be like looking for someone for work, looking for someone for love. You could be looking for an ex or a new person. So that could be, that may resonate with anything. Okay. All right. Okay, perfect. This is my looking for someone or something card. Okay, so Seven of Cups will mean options. So what it seems like, if you're looking for like love, you do have options in love. If you're looking for business partners, that could be another scenario as well too, because in some cases love partners can turn into business ones. It just depends on how you look at that. Okay, but the Seven of Cups could also be water sign energy. So you could be dealing with water signs like Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. They may be energies that you already have in your space. And you know what's interesting? As I'm talking about the water signs, I'm getting this idea of contemplating leaving them for whatever reason is. If you work with them, you may contemplate leaving them. If you are in a relationship with them, you may contemplate leaving them. I'm getting something about like a legal separation. Right? Like a legal separation would mean that you could be married to someone, but you could be married to someone, but you have not gone through the procedures for divorce, if that makes any sense. So being legally separated would mean that, maybe a divorce is not final, but you still live with the person. You may have children with them, you may work with them, whatever the situation, however you want to look at that. If you want to give me some more insight about legal separations, you can, but that maybe for some of you, that may be a situation. You could be legally separating yourself from a job, if that makes any sense, right? You could be leaving a job. It could be temporarily leaving a job. You could be doing that to vacation. It just depends on the energy that is coming through. Okay, but specifically for those of you dealing with water sign, I keep getting like words like departure and things of that nature. So if you're dealing with water signs, there's departure and things going on with the water sign. So that either could be like a good interpretation, like you could be departing somewhere with them, or it's more on the legal side of things, where you could be getting like a legal separation from someone, or you're just leaving someone. Water signs could be people that you work with if they're not family and if they're not lovers. Okay, that's why the Seven of Cups energy is underneath. If it's not only with the water sign, you're leaving a situation. You do have options if you do leave a situation, whether that's leaving a job, whether that's leaving a person, a situation. It just depends on what is going on. So the starting point has the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so the Seven of Pentacles would mean that I get savings. So the Seven of Pentacles is giving me the idea of savings. The seven could also represent July. So something may be important about savings that you do have that you'll get to use in July. Or there's concerns with the Seven of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles. There's concern with leaving a job and not having enough savings. So be very careful with when you decide to leave a person that fuels your pocket, or a job that fuels your pocket, whether you like it or not. If you feel like you don't have enough savings to temporarily depart or permanently depart from a person or a job, the best thing would be to just stay with it until you have enough saved for yourself to at least feel comfortable leaving, because then it's like, what it's not worth, leaving a situation now would not be worth, you want money to travel, you want a vacation during the summer months, it wouldn't make sense to leave a situation at this time, okay? But at the same time, you do have options. So if you do feel comfortable doing that, you do have options, but you may be concerned about the money, right? If you're concerned about the money, it has something to do with what they're going to ask you for. So typically, like if you leave a job, your job may ask you for something. If you leave a person temporarily, permanently, most likely that person, if it's legal separation wise, most likely that person will ask you for something. Leave that documentation so I can use it when tax season comes around. If you leave now, what am I going to use? How am I gonna use your stuff so that I can file this, that, and the third? So that could be, I also get a supervisor when I hit that note. A supervisor may have that thought about you, exactly. Like if you leave, say pretend your name is Jeremy. If Jeremy leaves a situation, if Jeremy leaves, then the supervisor is like, well, I'm missing out on, typically with certain jobs, like if you are like staff for a place, if you're staffed to work someplace where there's a supervisor, depending on how legitimate the job is, that supervisor, that company, they will lose out. They'll also receive negative ratings. So that could be a situation that you're dealing with someone else, especially if it's a water sign, or that's just something that you're dealing with, like personally dealing with a supervisor, and that was a supervisor's thought, where if you leave, they're going to suffer, or the company's going to suffer. So if you're not tied to anyone like that, then there's a situation where like you may want to do your own business, or you are doing your own business, and there's concern. One concern is who to file with. You may not have a partner, if whatever that means to you. You may not have someone to file with. So if you separate from your husband or your wife or your boyfriend or your girlfriend, if you separate from them now, you're not going to have someone to file with, especially if you get a divorce and things of that nature. So whatever the situation is, if it's a legal divorce or a legal separation from a job or a person, the supervisor is operating like a lover. The supervisor's point of view is like a husband or a wife's point of view in terms of you leaving, them leaving, or you temporarily leaving, legal separation, whatever it is, Seven of Pentacles. Like, am I going to have money? What's going to happen with my paperwork, going towards July? What's going to happen with my pension, my 401k? What's going to happen? Who am I going to file with if this person leaves? Whatever, right? Or if I leave, who are they going to file with? It just depends on what's going on. The waiting position has the Eight of Indolence, right? The Eight of Indolence will mean that there's an uncomfortable feeling with making a specific decision regarding a business that you do have, right? So even if you have a business or you want to start up one, there's concerns with who to file with. It's important to know that either it's who to file with, or it's who to file with, or it's mainly how you're looking at it is you're pretty much looking at people as, documentation in your place. If you do have a business, you're looking at them as that. A supervisor may be looking at you like that. If Eight of Cups, a supervisor or a boss may look at you that way. Or there's a situation, a partner may look at you that way. or you look at a partner that way. It just depends on what's going on. You look at them like that. You have your own, if you do have your own business, it's like how, if you're working as a sole proprietor, who are you going to, how are you going to get back as much as you're desiring if you don't have someone who can operate this firm or business with you? So that's where the concern is coming from. You're like, I'm not going to have somebody to follow with. I'm not going to have, especially if you divorce someone, what's going to happen with our information is tied. Do I really want to go through this procedure right now? Basically, do I really want to leave this job right now? Your supervisor is like, I'm going to suffer without you. So you could be in a situation where you have a supervisor or a boss that likes you, and with you leaving, their pockets deteriorate and so does their heart, if that makes any sense to you. Someone may not want you to leave, but there's more detail into why someone does not want you to leave, if that makes any sense to you. All right. So what it looks like to me is that you got a business that you want to start up, but there's concerns with you I also get entering a new relationship. There are concerns with you entering a new relationship, whether that's a business fueled relationship or it's a love fueled relationship intertwined with a business. There's, right? There is information that you need to gather. That's ringing in my ear as well too. There's information that you do need to gather about prospects before you decide on, you want to run a business with someone. There's information that you need to gather about that person, right? There's more information that you need from the water, if it's water sign related. The Eight of Cups, there's more information that you need about them, or whatever other zodiac sign that you have going on here, okay? The present has the Prince of Wands. So the Prince of Wands, you could be embodying. You could also be dealing with an external Prince of Wands energy. It could be a Leo, a Sag, another Aries element. They could be in your age group. They could be younger than you, whatever. They could be older than you. It just depends on what is going on in the situation, right? So I feel like they don't want to stay. So I'm looking at the Prince of Wands energy, a friend. They don't want to stay in a situation. All right. They don't want to stay in the situation for whatever reason. So that's why the Seven of Pentacles is also here, and the Eight of Indolence with the journalists. All right. They don't want to stay in a situation. Right. It could have something to do with what you asked them to do. It could, or what they're asking for with the Prince of Wands. It could have something to do with that. Right. It could have something to do with what they asked for, or what you wanted. Okay. It could have something to do with what they're asking for, or what you asked them to do. Or you could have asked them to communicate with someone you don't like. You could have asked them to communicate with someone that you don't like, whatever that means. You ask them to do something like that, or you will ask them to do something like that. The 7, if it's not only July, these 7s and 8, and the 8 could be March 7th may be important. March 8th may be important in terms of communication with, I got to pull back. In terms of your communication with this person, there's a pull back with this person, right? So if it's not only water sign, this person can have water in their chart, but there's something going on with this person where, like, you either work with them and, like, you either work with this individual and I don't get underpaid. You may work with them and they feel underpaid. They could be a family member, friend, lover, whatever it is that they are. They feel underpaid in a situation. If they don't work with you and they work somewhere else, they may feel underpaid in something that they're doing. Or something that you ask them to do, you may pay them to do, if that makes any sense. You may pay them to do. So the separation is that they, whatever it is that you may pay them to do or you want them for, they want to pull back from. 7 of Pentacles with the 8 of Indolence. 7 of Pentacles with the 8 of Indolence, right? If it's a tax related situation, they may not have something to build up on if it's a tax related situation. Something is also marital that is going on with you in terms of this person infiltrating a situation, or like they could be married and okay, they could be married. They could be married to you. They could be married to someone else. You could be married. Something is marital about the situation with this person and their involvement in your situation or your business, right? So say they're married and I can't leave their partner. They may be married and they can't leave their partner. You could be married to them and you can't leave from this person, vice versa. Or you are married and you're dealing with someone that is single and you may want to be with that person relationship wise. But I was also getting that they could also be married or they're in a relationship with someone that they can't leave. Seven of Pentacles with the Eight of Cups for whatever reason. There could be kids in the middle of the situation with them if they're separate. There's kids in the situation with you if you're really separate from them and you're kind of bringing them into your space, or they're infiltrating your marriage, right? If you're married or if you're tied to someone else, or something's going on with their relationship that they have with someone that they can't leave. I get tax purposes. They can't leave someone that they're tied to because of tax purposes. Or you can't, like I said, with you and the water sign, or whoever, or you or them, you can't leave them, can't leave or depart from the water sign or do something with the water sign because of tax purposes. So that the tax purposes idea is something that you could be explaining to this person. I guess still don't get. So you're explaining something about that to this person and they still don't get it, or they're explaining something to you and you still don't get it, if that makes any sense. Okay. The future has the Hangman, sign of Pisces. I know there's a water sign energy here. I always forget to say that this is Pisces for some reason. But like I said, water sign is in the situation. You have a Prince of Wands and you have a Pisces in the situation, or whatever other sign. But Pisces and Prince of Wands is coming through. You have your instincts is the universe. All right. So with the universe, you have a decision to make. Or something, like I said, is coming to a close. It's your fault that it is, or somebody else, it could be a Pisces fault that it is, or a Prince of Wands energy fault that it is. It will be their fault that something is coming to a close. Or it's a Pisces fault that something is coming to a close. But when I said them, the Spirit said it was them. It's their fault or yours. You could be this as well too, and it's your fault. Something is coming to a close between you and a Pisces, or it's a Pisces fault. Whatever it is. I'm getting this idea of vulnerable. So the universe is kind of giving me this idea of you being vulnerable. Pisces is vulnerable, or Prince of Wands external is vulnerable. Someone is really vulnerable in a situation. Universe. Something is vulnerable. It could be a job is vulnerable, a marriage, some type of marital issue is vulnerable. You could be vulnerable. Vulnerable can mean that could be literally your words. Those could be literally your words to someone. I'm really vulnerable right now and I need you. So that could be your voice to a Pisces or the Prince of Wands. I'm vulnerable. Whatever that means to you. Or a situation is vulnerable with the universe and the instinct. The accomplishment has the Nine of Pentacles. Right? So you have a Nine of Pentacles right next to Seven of Pentacles, which would mean, I get the other bank. Nine of Pentacles has something to do with another bank that you have, Pisces has, or Prince of Wands has. Somebody has another bank that they put money into. So whatever your concerns are with business, love, departure, legal separations, marital issues, you, Pisces or Prince of Wands, that's somebody's issue for whatever the reason is. That's somebody's issue. But the Spirit is saying Nine of Pentacles and the accomplishment is that somebody else, there's another bank in the situation that somebody has money in or needs to move money to. Needing to move money to, or they already have money in, Nine of Pentacles, or there's money that someone is waiting for, that there's money that someone is waiting for to receive, and that could be why you can't leave a situation or start something, or Prince of Wands can, or Pisces can. So it has something to do with an account, like another account, money being deposited into it at a certain time, on a certain day. It could be like March 9th may be important. These days, like I'm looking at March So 7, 8, 9, like that week may be really important. That week right there, that's like next week, may be really important to this situation particularly, right? Or that is what is going to be explained. So that could be something that you explain to the Prince of Wands, or you explain that to the Pisces, or vice versa. Somebody's explaining that to someone. I can't, I need this money. I need to file taxes with him first before I can give you anything. So that could be your voice to a Prince of Wands. I need to file taxes with a Pisces first. I need to break this deal. I need to get that whatever kind of money from a Pisces first before I can give you something. Their voice to you, they're tied to someone for whatever reason they can't leave. They could be tied to a Pisces. Whoever they're tied to could be anonymous. They're telling you, I can't depart, I can't do this, that, and the third. I can't give you any money. I can't until I file with my partner, because we're legally separated. So that's your voice to Prince of Wands, their voice to you, your voice to Pisces, or Pisces' voice to this person. Something is going on like that here. The Fool is here, so another Aries is in the situation, whether that's a man or a woman. Okay, so the Fool, if it's not only another Aries, then it's the Fool will be a journey right next to the 8. I keep feeling this feeling of can't do. So the Fool is a journey. It's in your spiritual self. Being that it's in your spiritual self, I kind of see anything to be in your spiritual self. If it's not anywhere else, it's encapsulated in the situation. It's encapsulated, which means there is no external penetrating factors that can alter it. So the Fool would mean that the Fool in the spiritual self is like, I want to leave, but I can't. 8 of Cups right next to it. I want to leave, but I cannot. It's in the spiritual self. It's not in the tangible. Everywhere else that is not in the mental space is tangible. These sections here, they're tangible. They're at your reach. This is not at your reach here. So you can't move forward in a situation until I get a divorce. You can't move forward in a situation until you legally or figuratively get a divorce from the situation, or someone else does, with the Fool next to the indolence. That's why the indolence is next to the Fool. Right? Like leaving a job, if it's not a divorce like that, like it could be like, I need to leave this job. As simple as that. I can't do anything with you until I leave this job, until I get the paperwork in W-2 and 1040 from this job or whatever. I can't do this with you until I get that. 3 of Pentacles is here in the mentality. So the 3 of Pentacles and the universe, well, I get keep job. The 3 of Pentacles and the universe is keep your job. You may have been trying to leave a job and the Spirit's like, no, you need to keep it. That's why I said from the beginning, you can't leave 7 of Pentacles. You can't leave, can't move money, can't do this and a third. You need to keep something a little longer, or you need to keep it. Whatever the job is, you need to keep it. Leaving it would not be wise. Some aspect of leaving it would not be wise. It could be a relationship that you want to leave that would not be wise for you to leave. Or it's a relationship that somebody else is in and they want to leave, but it's not wise for them to leave it. Whatever the situation is. 3 of Pentacles with the universe. Right? That's a collaboration. This is my work card. That's your work environment. Is work, there's a Pisces here. That's work with the Pisces. Let's work with the Pisces. Whatever water sign. There's a lot of Pentacles here too. So there could be earth involved in the situation. I see earth. I see water. Pisces is here. Prince of Wands. Other fire sign energies that are in your age group, or they're younger, they're older. What's changing is the 10 of Swords. So the 10 of Swords is in a changing position, which is good that it's in a changing position, right? So the changing position and the spiritual self kind of go hand in hand to me. So it feels like, because it's changing, it's like something that you were thinking, it says ruin at the bottom. I always forget to say that too. Something that you were thinking would go to shit. Something that you were thinking would ruin is not going to ruin. It's not going to mess up. It could be a financial tie you have with a Pisces or a Prince of Wands, or their financial tie with you. They could be thinking that money you were waiting for, you were thinking something was gonna fuck up with some money that you were supposed to receive, and you know nothing is wrong. I keep picking up the word infiltrate. Something could be getting infiltrated that you're doing. Maybe something isn't legal about some aspect of something that you're doing or someone else is doing. Something may not be legal about it, okay? But it's changing, which is fine. The Six of Cups is here. The Six of Pleasure. So the Six of Pleasure is in the resolution going towards the Hangman. So after the ruin is changing, you know, you may have the water sign energy. I also get an apology. So the Six of Cups with the Hangman, you may need to apologize to the Pisces. Because the Ten of Swords kind of gives me the idea that something you were doing here that you may have been thinking is secretive is not. Something you do with the Prince of Wands you think is secretive is not. Right? There's another Aries here too. The Prince of Wands could be an Aries, a guy. There's a dude on this card. Whether you're a man or a woman, there's two men here. Okay? There's two men in the situation. There could also be a woman. There's a woman on the universe. So you may be dealing with a woman, the Hangman. It could be a Pisces man. The universe, I believe, is an earthy element anyway. So it could be an earth sign female. I get stealing from. There could be an earth sign female that you may be stealing from. So I would always remember to look at these people on the card. Whether there's a sign connotated to it or not. There's an earth sign female in the picture that you may be taking something from. And I get using their friend to get it. You may be using somebody's friend to get it. Or someone like a friend of yours may be using a friend of yours, a family member of yours may be using someone to get something from you. I don't feel that. I feel like you could be the one that is doing something. But something is infiltrated because something is being infiltrated by the fact that this person is asking for something, or something that you're trying to tiptoe, something you deem to be secretive it's something that's not secretive about it, if that makes any sense, okay? Or whatever it is. All right, so let's do an outcome here, Aries. I like that this is like 30 minutes long. Let me do the outcome really quick. All right, so your outcome has the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords could be air. There's not heavy air showing up here, but the Knight of Swords, there could be a younger air sign. There could be an air sign dude that you could be dealing with. Like there's an air sign male in this situation. That's why the Ten of Swords is ruined, because a communication you had with an air sign male could have went awry or it messed up. I get revealed too much. They reveal too much if it's an air sign that's a man. They reveal too much of something related to what you have going on with Pisces, related to what you have going on with the Prince of Wands. Prince of Wands, I feel like, is new to a situation, whether that's an Aries dude, Sag dude, Leo dude. You have air sign that's a man that is, infiltrate. Air sign man is infiltrated a situation by revealing too much, whatever that means to you. They could have exposed, I'm getting the word exposed. They could have exposed something and something happened with that. All right, Aries, let me know how it resonates with you. Be well. Take care. Bye.